Hi everyone, welcome to Converge. Today I thought I'll take you a little bit back, where you can see me in my natural state. So I'm here with Precious from Precious Facials. She's the legend behind my makeovers, whenever you've seen me with a proper face build, she's the lady responsible for it. So today we're just going to have a relaxed conversation, just speaking about makeup, what it means for women, what it means, in the beauty industry, and how important or unimportant is it for a woman, for a woman's confidence. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. All right, so you're not going to see a lot of Precious as she's busy. We're trying to see how quick our transformation will go. So basically, I'll just be asking you a few questions, as we are doing the whole transformation. So Precious, what would you say is one of the most common myths, regarding the beauty industry and your work?
Okay. The most common myth is, I guess, the fact that makeup is just based on how you look on the outside,
Yes.
instead of the fact that it also has a lot to do with the inside as well. Because a lot of women, how they feel on the inside also is determined by how they look on the outside. That confidence that you get after you do your face, like it changes your whole mood, your whole attitude towards life and everything. So I guess it's much bigger than that, because I find clients who come to me and they tell me, "Yo, I wish I could take this makeup and put it on the side and use it again tomorrow." Meaning,
Definitely.
the effect is much bigger than just looking nice. It's actually having those feelings of confidence and yeah.
That's true. So you see, as you can all see, I struggle with dark marks and sometimes, breakouts. And it's something that I didn't think I'll be dealing with in my 40s. But unfortunately, here we are. But one thing I've realized, though, is, sometimes if I walk into a place without makeup, I'm very conscious of my face,
Yeah.
So I don't think about the good things about me. I don't think about the things that make me strong. I don't think about the skills that I have. Whenever I walk into a room or into a shop or whenever I bump into people, the first thing for me is, can they notice the marks, Are they going to think that I'm probably just loading up on sugar or I don't care how much I look?
Yeah.
So it really is one of those things, where I believe that, with makeup, you are elevating, like accentuating what you already have.
Yes.
So I'm not hiding, I'm not becoming another person. But I'm saying when you see me, maybe focus more on how brown my eyes are instead of how flawed my skin is.
Yes.
If I may ask, what has been like your biggest challenge so far?
And the biggest challenge is, I guess, the fact that everyone is doing makeup now, and it doesn't matter how good you are, you find someone is charging way less than you, and now you have to, I guess, compete with that.
Yes.
So if you're not a person who's who've got really, what can I say?
Like who's sure of their work?
Not really sure, who've got loyal clients and
Yes.
stuff, you would really suffer when it comes to that part of makeup dynamics. Otherwise, with everything else, you just need to be confident in your own work.
Yes.
And yeah, the rest just falls into place. But the challenge is the fact that everyone is not doing it, and some people are willing to charge way below the normal pricing, and
Just to break into the industry.
yes.
But what do you think, because I understand that this is a very personal thing, right? Being able to sit with a person and transform how they look, right?
Yeah.
How important is it for your clients, for you to understand your clients, to understand their needs? Because I know there are clients who come in, they're always wanting the same thing. There are clients who they're wanting their makeup to look natural. And there are clients, who come and they want to go all out because they're saying, when I go into a room, people must notice me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was saying, like, how important do you think it is for you to get to understand your clients more than just knowing how to do the makeup, but understanding them in terms of their needs, their personalities?
It's really important. A lot of clients actually tell me beforehand what they want, what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Some people don't really like too much makeup. They just want that enhanced look. They don't want to look different. And you find some people who say, I don't want to go out of this room looking the same.
Yes.
So
people must know.
Yes, people must know that I did something, and you
Yes.
can't just recognize me from, So it's really important, and fortunately enough, a lot of my clients, they tell me that beforehand, and it makes my work very easy. Yeah.
All right. So as a young woman, you must understand, as a big sister, I always, see you as much, much younger. But as a young woman, who has been doing this for a few years, how difficult has it been to explain to family or to people around that this is actually a career, this is something that a person can pursue?
I feel like with my close family members, they understand because they've seen me grow from where I started.
Yes.
But with other people, they always take it as a part-time thing.
Like a hobby.
Yes, like a hobby. But just like any other business, makeup requires growth, and you can only see how much you grow financially as the time progresses. So I feel like I don't really need to explain myself to anyone who doesn't understand.
Yes.
And those people are normally, they are not people that are close to me. So I never really have problems explaining myself to people who are close to me and who understand why I do this and where it's getting me.
Okay. Maybe let me rephrase that. So let's say there's a 19-year-old, right? Someone who just got 5 distinctions.
Yes.
And they are breaking it to their father to say, you know what, Dad, I don't think I want to go pursue law or doctor, or, being a doctor or being a teacher, the traditional careers.
Yes.
I now want to be a makeup artist. So I want you to pay more or less the same fees, that you're going to pay for me to go into such a career. But I now want you to direct that towards being a makeup artist. How can that young person convince, their parent that this is a career and it's just as important as any other career?
Numbers, I guess. Well, makeup is used every day.
Yes.
Artists can't do anything without us.
Yes.
So it's a something that's really in high demand, and it actually pays a lot. Also, it depends on how connected you are with
Yes.
some people, news readers,
Yes.
movie stars, people walk on red carpets. All of those people require makeup. So it's something that's needed daily in other people's lives. So it's not just something that is a lot of
That's
people.
like a nice to have.
Yes. It's actually a career that one can pursue. Otherwise, the only issue is if you're going to start from the ground, like your own business and whatnot,
Yes.
that would be difficult for you to explain to someone who doesn't take it seriously, because
Yes.
it will take you some time for you to get to making serious money and stuff.
All right. So, okay, for someone who's taking the long road, right, and they really want to do this right, because I understand, for you, even though you are very good at it,
Yeah.
just for our viewers at home, Precious has actually done weddings, massive weddings. I mean, she's transformed us quite a few times, on a large scale. So it's not always, like on, like, one-on-one occasions, but it's usually like at a grand scale, right? So if you need to explain maybe to a parent, or you're someone who's older and you are trying to think of a career path to follow, right? And you're thinking this is going to be hard for people to understand that I have resigned from my 8 to 5 to become a makeup artist. This is a legit business. You can go get certified for it. And the good thing, as Precious mentioned earlier, you can go work on a TV production. You can go work in places where people actually require makeup. It's just that traditionally, you know, people like myself, if only needed makeup, let's say when you're going for a function or a wedding or something that is like a once-off event. But there are actually places like what you're saying, you know, on TV where people need it every day.
Yes.
And I've even realized that men too are now needing makeup.
Yes.
Well, they've always been needing, but I realized it, you know, very recently that they actually need makeup.
Yeah.
All right. So what made you start? What made you go into this business?
I think it's the love of it. I really liked doing makeup, and my original career path was architecture, but I'm not good at maths, so that I couldn't do that without maths.
Yeah.
And then I decided, what can I do in the meantime, because I was still just chilling and planning my life and stuff,
Trying to figure it out.
yes. And then actually my partner is the one who was like, but you like this thing, why don't you just yes. And then I was like, yeah, that sounds like a good plan. And then I did just that. Started off with my friends and people around me. And then later on, I think it was choir from church.
Yes.
And then I realized that I actually made
This is
money.
good. Like,
Yes.
good.
I actually made money. And yeah, I guess I started to take it seriously
From then on.
from then, yeah.
And what can you say is the most fulfilling part about your work?
I guess it's my clients' reaction after.
Yes.
The way they react to how they look, and yeah, it gets me all the time.
And the way we move from posting 0 pictures of ourselves for the whole year, and then on the day we get makeup,
And
there's
you-
like 100 of pictures.
And I find a lot of my clients, when I do their face, let's say you did it once a year,
Yes.
I know that profile picture is gonna stay for the rest
For
of
the
the
next,
yeah.
for the next year.
Yes.
Yeah, what I'm gathering is this is beyond skin deep, you know. It's not just about looking brighter, looking prettier, looking flawless, but it's about, you know, each person saying, I love myself and I'm happy with who I am.
Yeah.
But I'm also more confident when I've accentuated. The same way no one walks out of the house without wearing clothes, you know.
Yes.
We are comfortable in our bodies, but we understand that if I'm going for a meeting, if I wear a suit, I'm showing that I'm more serious about this meeting than if I show up, you know, wearing flip-flops.
Yes.
That is true. And so in terms of maybe, you know, upscaling and, you know, going to school about it, how costly is it to get yourself certified, or to, like, how expensive is this as a job, like in terms of capital?
Like when you want to go to school, like the fees.
So it can be the fees, can even be if you want to put together a makeup kit just to get started. Like how expensive, you know, how much money would a person need?
Ash, I can't tell you the actual amount because I buy my products one by one. I don't
Yes.
get everything
At once.
yeah. So I wouldn't know, but it's really expensive. You really need a lot of money to start off.
Well, you say a lot, okay. All right, I guess we don't have like exact figures, right? But is it something that if a person can maybe like start putting together, you know, the basics, your foundations, your brushes, is it something that's doable? Let's say a person has done that and now they just need to get trained a little bit, you know. What's the easiest way to get trained, or the fastest way to get trained?
The fastest way to get trained is to find someone like me who's going to help you do a one-on-one. Unless if you've got time and the money to go to school, you can just find a makeup artist who's already in the industry who can help you with a one-on-one session and help you also in terms of getting your kit together and how to go about skin types and whatnot, because you don't just do makeup. You need to understand the skin first. You need to understand which type of makeup is suitable for which kind of skin. So you need to find someone who's a makeup artist already,
Who's very skilled in
or if you have time and the money, you can literally just go to school and they help you.
And how long does that take?
For school,
Yes. Let's say like
school I think
short course.
it's normally 6 months. 6 months plus 6 months.
That's doable.
Yeah, it is. But ching ching.
I get you. So you are saying it's easier maybe to start with a mentorship, where you are now you start shadowing someone who's already doing it.
Yes.
So
or you can even work with a makeup artist as an assistant.
Yes.
That one works even better because you understand even how they interact with their clients,
Yes.
what they deal with on a regular basis, things like that. So I think it's easier or quicker when you're working with a client one-on-one.
You're still watching Converge, where conversations matter. And this space exists because of women like you. Subscribe and comment below.
With a makeup artist one-on-one. Yeah.
Okay. So just for example, if a person needs to do that, so they can actually maybe go online, go to Instagram, because I've seen you have a big presence on Instagram and TikTok. So a person can maybe just go on social media and check for makeup artists in their area and then maybe approach them and see who's willing to mentor them.
Yes.
All right. So there was once a time when I came here, I don't know if you remember, almost 3 years ago. And I was about to give birth, but I had not done my makeup
Shoot.
yes, like a photo shoot, and I realized that I'm gonna need memories for this child, because obviously he's gonna feel left out when he realizes that his siblings had like photo shoots. Yes.
Yeah.
And you did a mini photo shoot downstairs.
Yeah.
And those pictures were so beautiful, almost like actually better than the other professional ones I got with my other pregnancies.
Okay.
So would you say, that this is a career that you can't just do one thing?
Yes. As a makeup artist, you need to be
Able to take pictures?
Yes, you need to be a therapist because people come with their problems as well.
And they don't stop talking?
Yes.
We don't stop talking.
Yes, you need to be...
So a therapist, you need to be very sober.
Yes.
And also because if you can't calm a bride down, they can cry.
Yes, and you need to have a lot of patience. Please relax your brows.
Okay.
Relax.
And be able to give instructions.
Yes. Without feeling like you are... Without being intimidated.
Without just slapping them.
Yes.
Yes.
Also.
Okay, and you also need to be a photographer.
Yes.
I mean, guys, if you could see just the setup in this room, you would feel this is it's more of a studio, like a photography studio, than it is a makeup studio. So there's lighting, there are cameras, there's everything. All right, and how important is it for you to also understand hair?
Yes. Also, the other important thing when it comes to makeup artists, you need to look for a makeup artist who does something similar to what you want. Because there are makeup artists who are just dramatic, who like doing dramatic. Yes. So you can't go there and expect anything minimal. If they tell you this is my natural and the natural consists of a smoky eye, then you have to get what they are selling you. You can't expect them to change their niche because you want that. So that's why there's a lot of us to choose from.
Yes.
And you just have to go with someone who's gonna deliver whatever that you want.
True. I've seen, that's actually very important. So I've seen that every makeup artist has like a signature look. So if you go maybe to their social media or to their pages, if this person loves putting color, then you see that more than 90% of their clients will be having colorful eyelashes. Not eyelashes, eyeshadow. So they'll always be having like rainbow colors, blues and greens and stuff.
Yeah.
And if a person is more on the, like if they prefer natural, then you also see like a lot of that.
Yeah.
Is there really like a major difference between makeup for a bride and makeup for everyone? Why I'm asking is there was a very big hoo-ha, like a very big fight on social media where people, makeup artists were complaining that, people are hiring us out, right? And they are saying, I just want makeup, sort of like I just want makeup for the day. Maybe it's a birthday or something like that. And then when you get there, you realize that they are the bride. And when you then tell them that a bride's makeup will actually be almost double the makeup, like the double the price than any other person, and then they complain and they say, no, just do the makeup that is cheaper. What's your take on that?
Yes, that's a valid question. With bridal, it's different. One, because you spend a lot of time there.
Yes.
You don't just, if I take an hour normally, I'm not going to go to bridal setting and expect that I'm going to take an hour.
Yes.
I'm not just going to take an hour, because there's a lot of things that are going to be happening there.
Yes.
There's a lot of disturbances. There's a lot of...
And it's also like an emotional day.
It's an emotional day. You spend almost double the time as well. And you need to do a very deep skin prep, because that thing has to last and that person is like the spotlight. It's they're on the spotlight, and so it's not just a normal day. So there's no way you can say I just want makeup, because once you get there, I need to wait for you to finish whatever that you're doing.
Yes.
I need to make sure that you are completely prepped. I need to make sure that you are comfortable. I worry mostly about the bride, because it's a very big day and everything needs to go
well.
Yes. So it's not just a normal day kind of situation. There's a lot that goes on. And the fact that you are not just dealing with one person in one room. Sometimes you find these people there. You have to stop. They need to talk. They need to pray. It's a lot. So we are basically you are paying for all of that, because time is money at the end of the day.
True.
Unless if you're going to say you are spending 1 hour here and that's it. And I get there and it's exactly that, then I can, compromise. But
what I've seen as well is with the makeup, with the bride, because they're in the limelight. So a lot of makeup artists were complaining and saying, no, the problem is you are saying I must just do like a natural, makeup or something simple. But you're going to be in the limelight, right? And when you take pictures, if your pictures now are looking, a bit distorted and it's not, you don't have that clean look at the end of the day, people will ask who your makeup artist was, and it's not good for my business.
Yes.
All right. Another misconception that a lot of people have, right, is that natural look should be cheaper than the other looks. And then I know you guys always argue that it shouldn't be cheaper.
Yes.
Why is that?
Because I feel like natural requires a lot. Because one, you need your skin to still look like skin.
Yes.
But makeup never looks natural.
Yes.
So for us to get to that stage of making you look natural but also enhanced, it requires more time than I would take when I'm doing like a full glam. Because with full glam, I know I'm just about my business, but with natural, I need to make sure that you still look natural, your skin still feels natural. So I'm simply being second in command after God. Okay, sis. Okay, so what I'm realizing, right, is natural. Now I'm thinking I need to explain some of these see, instructions, they're never easy. For some of our viewers. So natural makeup does not mean that you're putting less products. Yeah, it could be more even.
Yeah, so natural just means you are matching my natural tones, you're matching the color of my eyes. You're just matching everything to look like there's no makeup. But you're actually still putting more products than when you're doing a full glam.
Yeah.
So natural should be more expensive, ladies. So what is the one tip that you can give? What I've realized, right, is with a lot of women, that are always on the go. So they're going to work, they're going to school, they're always like in a rush, maybe going for meetings, right? And they need to look cleaned up, they need to look beautiful, they need to look enhanced, What is maybe 1 or 2 tips that you can give them Because obviously they can't come in, to a makeup artist every day. So what is the one thing that for people who are doing DIY makeup on the daily, what is the one thing that you can say they might need to learn?
I think what I can advise a person who's doing their makeup every day is, I guess, the skin. As long as the skin is glowing, there's a difference. Like, you don't need to worry about eyebrows and stuff, but if you sort out your skin, like your foundation, put on foundation and concealer, concealing all those dark spots and whatnot, it's like, I feel like it's the most important thing.
So how does one go about choosing the right foundation?
Obviously you have to go to a store, and then I guess a place like Clicks, you find people there to help you choose your perfect shade. And but also you have to put into consideration that your shade changes throughout the year.
I was gonna come to
during
that.
Summer. During summer it's a different tone. During winter it's another tone. So you shouldn't also blame the people who sold you the stuff. Hi, it's no longer this is not my color, because at that time it was. So
what makes our skin change? What makes our skin tones change, between the different seasons?
The weather. When it's cold, you get lighter. When it's hot, you get tanned. So it's the weather. So
does it mean that now you have two different foundations, one to use in winter and one in summer?
Yeah.
All right. Is there like a really major difference between the high-end, products? Of course, I can't mention some of them, where you see that the foundation is going for 850 rand for a 30 mils. And then with the more affordable, the store brands, where you can get foundation for 200 rand. Because look at the gap, 200, 800. Is there like a major difference in terms of what the product actually does for you?
There really is a major difference.
Okay.
High-end products are more expensive because they are quality.
Okay.
So if you're a person who's not really good at makeup and you're trying out, and you need to have the product.
I think I swallowed some powder.
The high end stuff is the best, because if you are not a makeup person and you don't really know how to do makeup and stuff, you need the correct product, so that you don't spend a lot of time trying to
adjust, mix different foundations to get the right color.
But with me as a makeup artist, I can literally go buy makeup at Small Street. It smells bad, obviously, because it's like Chinese stuff, and but please cut that one out. But what I'm basically saying is I can get products from a street
like
vendor, and then I can mix it together and it actually comes out nice. No one can tell that I bought it from. But if you were to take it and you don't even know how to blend, so it's going to be difficult for you to get that nice, beautiful finish. So it's important that you get the correct stuff if you're trying out at from the beginning.
I don't know if you remember this as well. So I think the second time you did my makeup, I actually was like, what? I think let me bring Estee Lauder because it's gonna sit well, right? And I brought it. But then when I noticed my makeup compared to the other bridesmaid, it was at our relative's wedding, if you remember, at Makiti. So when I then compared my makeup with the rest of the girls, it was exactly the same.
Yeah.
And then the one time I walked into a store and I said to them, listen, I need a makeup, like a foundation with full coverage. And you know what the girl brought to me? Exact makeup that I had.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a skill. It's just the skill. It's not about the makeup. It's just the skill.
So what's the easiest way to learn? Like I'm looking for a cheat code, right? So what's the easiest way for someone who's watching and they're thinking tomorrow when I go to work, they're gonna, they will see a different person because I would have mastered doing my own makeup. So what is like the cheat code? Like how can you identify, or where can you learn, how to use the product so that you can still have like a resemblance of professional makeup, even though you're doing it yourself?
Hey, to be honest, I don't think there is a cheat code. If you want to look proper out there, you need to go about it the right way. You need to take time to practice on yourself long enough to be able to go outside with your own makeup that was done by you. Otherwise, I can't say there's a shortcut that you can do and tomorrow you'll be
looking flawless.
Like a magic. Yeah, it won't be. It won't be like that. So the best way is to practice every day. If you can, if you have time, you practice every day, and then you find that as you practice, you actually realize a lot of things and you learn by yourself.
From your errors as well.
Yes. So I don't think there's a cheat code.
Okay, but I guess like what you're saying, because one thing I've also seen is that makeup artists are becoming very, very, very generous. So you go online, people are showing you the steps on how to do it. So I think that's also something that people can do, right?
Yes.
Where if you go online, you're gonna see what needs to be done.
Yes.
If we were to compress, the whole makeup steps, right? Like the whole process into maybe 5-6 steps. So I'm gonna tell you what I know from my limited knowledge, right? Yeah, then you can tell me if I'm spot on. So the very first thing is priming your face, making sure that your skin is moisturized.
Yeah.
Then you have to put your foundation. I don't know why when my eyes are looking up, I can't talk. Alright, so I was saying the first part is priming your skin. I used to always put makeup and then you see that it's cracked and it's looking very dry. So the first thing is priming. And you can buy the primers. These are things that even if you go as Precious mentioned, if you go to places like Clicks, Discam, the ladies are always there and happy to help you and show you what a primer is. But it's basically like a moisturizer you put before you get your makeup on. Then a foundation is, what is a foundation?
Your second skin.
Foundation is your second skin. So it's a product that is made to cover your skin, to just give that uniform look, because people hardly ever have like a skin tone that is uniform, so just to have that uniform finish, you buy a foundation, and this is based upon your skin tone. So you also you rather do it by going into a shop. I'm back. Yes, so you prime your face, you put the right foundation, and you do contouring.
Yeah.
Which is basically just finding the shape. So I don't know if you have noticed that in the beginning, my face was just like a nice round canvas. But when you start putting the contouring, what you're doing is you are highlighting where we have the cheeks, the high cheeks. You are now putting like a definition here. You're also sort of putting a definition on your nose, because our faces are not always 100% symmetrical. Look at me sounding
so you're correcting. Yeah, no.
So you're not just putting that to make your face more symmetrical. Then you do your eyebrows, and it's always better to follow the natural shape of your eyebrows. So back in the days, people would remove everything, then start, architecting their own shapes. But that doesn't always look nice or natural. So you do your eyebrows, then you do your highlights. And with highlights, you are looking at, the places that protrude more from your face. So that's your cheeks and your nose. Then you do your highlights and your forehead.
Under your eyes.
And then under your eyes as well. Because what tends to happen is as we grow, as we age, our eyes, sometimes when you're tired or stressed, it does show by the bags under the eyes. Yeah. So you then need to get products like, which is your concealer.
I want to do the lips now.
Okay. So you get your concealer and you put right at the bottom. I know. I'm just thinking of a question so that as she's answering, she can do the lips. It is possible to break into this industry. You just need to not look at your competition, focus on what your niche is, what your target is, but the information is there. So we're just gonna get a few nuggets from Precious on a young person or even a grown woman, who's thinking, I wanna get into this, just how to get started.
Okay, when getting started, obviously, first thing you need to have knowledge of makeup as a business. Then the other thing that you need to have are your makeup kit. You need to have your makeup kit. You have to learn. You have to learn how to do makeup, and then you have to start with people that practice, and after practicing, make sure that you charge reasonable amounts as a beginner, because no one is gonna pay thousands and thousands for makeup that's not gonna be, look like professional makeup that you see on TV and from the celebrities and stuff. So you need to have reasonable pricing. You also need to have a makeup kit that is at least suitable for, like, you shouldn't buy makeup from the street and stuff. You need to buy proper products, otherwise your clients will run away from you, because at the end of the day, it's not about just doing the makeup, it's about the aftercare as well. If you get a breakout after makeup, I bet you no one is gonna come back. So you need to have proper products, and you also need to manage your finances properly, because as much as you make money, you also need to spend a lot of money buying products. So yeah, it's a whole lot of things that you need to put into consideration when starting off. And yeah, once you get to it, you will really enjoy it, because it's a very fun job, and you get to be creative and showcase your skills,
and you're seeing the fruits of your labor, like
yes.
The transformation it's in real time.
Yeah,
so it's not like selling someone I don't know, books, then they're gonna go study and you don't even know what's gonna happen with the knowledge.
Yeah, no one is gonna boss you around, because it's basically your business. And yeah, once you get the hang of it, you will definitely enjoy it. But also it comes with a lot of pressure, and it requires a lot of patience. If you don't have patience, unfortunately, you won't be able to work with anyone, because clients come from different backgrounds. They have different ways of interacting. Some of them may be rude, some of them will be very nice. You even get to connect and bond with them, just like my sister here. Blood is not thicker than water in this case. So yeah, you get to build a lot of friendships and stuff, but also you really need to have patience and be able to talk to people without feeling attacked, because some people may attack you, and you have to just stand your ground, but not being that you're a nice person. Next time they come, it's always a different person. Yes. So it's always best to have your best character when it comes to dealing with people.
Are we done?
Yep.
So I remember that your last complaint the other time I was here. So guys, I came here and afterwards, Precious is like, I'm tired of clients who come and they're doing the natural look. So I actually meant to ask what look we did today, but I guess I'll just be surprised, when I take a look. But in conclusion, what I would just say is, it is a worthy industry to join, but like with any other jobs, any other industries, you've got to invest in getting information. These days life is becoming a bit easier, because there's information on YouTube, there's information on Instagram, there's information everywhere. So invest in that. You can't just wake up and feel that you can now start getting clients and charging them. But it always starts with investing in yourself. Your circle always also matters, because your circle are the people that you're going to experiment on. They're the people who can even say to you, listen, I have, maybe 5-6 bottles of foundation that I have not even used that at home that you can actually put in your stack. So just be someone who's really hungry for knowledge, so that by the time you get your first client, your first paying client, you have researched as much as you can. You have also created a proper niche, because there are people who always want different kinds of makeup. So find a niche, do your research, and try save, or just try find funding, just like it is with any other business. If you're going to start, let's say open a shop, you're still going to need stock. And one thing I've also realized is you can tap into makeup, let's say if you're a hairstylist, because these things are all intertwined. So find your niche, seek information, and also comment below. Next time we'll be showing you a 5-6 step DIY that you can try, follow, and even how you can go about hunting for your own products. Any last words?
Okay. What I can say is, if you want to do makeup as a business, you need to first believe in yourself, because it requires a lot of faith in yourself. It requires a lot of patience and time. So just because it doesn't work out the way your friend or someone that
yes,
it doesn't mean it's gonna be like that for you. So sometimes it takes a bit more, and for others it takes a bit less. So also you need to have a lot of patience and faith in yourself. Otherwise it's a very doable thing, and all the best.
Thank you. So ladies, this is doable. Patience, research, faith, and understanding that we all have a different journey.
Yeah. And pray for your business.
All right, see you next time.
Ciao.